Hello everyone and welcome back to the final episode here on this Hermitcraft world. I'm assuming you probably know a little bit about that from the title alone, and you may be a little bit confused as to why it started with a time lapse of us finishing this thing here behind me. And now you may also be confused because the sky looks different, I look different, all these things around here look... Oh, that looks ugly. All of these things around here look a little bit different, don't they? We'll get to that in a second. One thing at a time. Slow down, slow down. So, first of all, yes, this is the last episode on this Hermitcraft world. It has been an absolutely amazing adventure. I have enjoyed every second of it. And there is a new adventure around the corner because we will be starting a new world in Minecraft 1.9. There you go, I've said it. That's it. This is the last episode. I can't believe it. And now you're probably wondering, so why did you do all of that building when you know that the world's going to end? Well, unfortunately the timing didn't work out quite right, you know. I had my base to finish, I wanted to do this passive mob farm, and 1.9 came out a little bit quicker than I would have liked in terms of doing this, but I'm happy that it's here, of course. And it just means that, you know, these projects are going to be left unfinished, and I couldn't bear to leave this thing without all sides finished, right, because it looks pretty amazing. And as well as that, last episode I asked you if you wanted to see... Oh, look at... Oh, it's Impulse. Okay. Ah, he's doing his Patreon haul thing. Alright. I know what that's about. Yeah, I asked you if you wanted to see the shaders. The shaders that we're using right now. This is called Conquest of the Sky, I do believe. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to put links to what you need to use these shaders down there in the description box. Bear in mind, with 1.9 coming out, they won't work in that, so we're having a little bit of a treat here as we won't be able to use shaders on the new world. And yeah, we were going to do a little bit of a tour, a look around in shaders as it was. I just wanted to check them out because I saw some that I actually liked. And this is the shader pack, and I've got to say, it does look lovely. I just don't think it's something that you can play in all the time. And we're also using the Faithful 32 texture pack, so everything's just a little bit smoother. But of all the shaders I've seen, I think this one looks the best. But only the best when you're outside. When you go underground and inside, it looks pretty weird. Oh, it really does. So yeah, this episode is going to be a longer one than usual. We're going to kick back, chill out, and have a tour around the server with the shaders on. And it'll be our last time looking around, and we'll have a little bit of a chat about different projects and stuff that we've done. So this one right here, on the next world, I think I want to do a passive mob farm. I'm hoping it's not going to be as much work because the next world won't be amplified. And did I just hear like some extra... Oh, maybe it's a spider I can hear. I thought I heard a little hiss. Yeah, so, you know, I'm a little bit disappointed I didn't get to finish it in time. But there you go. I had fun building it, and all we had to do was hook up the redstone, probably go back to the spawn chunks and fix a few things there, and it probably would have been ready to go. But that's going to be it. We're saying goodbye to this project. That's why I had to finish all of this up, because at least from the outside it looks reasonable now, right? Oh well, that's just how it works out sometime. For those of you that remember Hermitcraft Season 2, that ended with me finishing a massive project, and then bam, new world. And I guess it's happened again, right? Except this time I didn't finish it. Anyway, we're now going to go into the Nether, because I've not seen what this place looks like with the shaders on. I imagine it's going to look awful, to be fair. Right, that is really dark and kind of dingy and very reddish. And oh wow, I actually can't see. I know you can't as well because video compression isn't great. I actually can't see a thing here, and I'm pretty sure my brightness is turned all the way up. Right, there we go. I'm heading up here. Yeah, now's a good time to make a cut, I think. And this is what the roof of the Nether looks like, people. When you got shaders on, the Nether ain't quite the same, is it? Oh, look at that. That's just bizarre. I really feel like we're in some strange, like, limbo area now. And now I've got to ride this cart back to the Nether hub. Right, anyway, let's get over to our base. Let's start this off. We're going to do a tour around the base with the shaders back, and we're going to be checking out lots of other places on the server as well. You know, the Nether looks pretty, like, impressive, pretty mesmerizing like this, doesn't it? It's the light sources, though. That's why the shaders don't work when you're inside. You know, the Nether doesn't have the skylight coming down from the sky like the overworld does, and it makes it all dark and gloomy, and the lighting is just all over the place. And here's a little entrance to our base. So I imagine it's going to look even worse down here. Yeah, and I think what's making it look a little bit odd is that off in the distance there's this sort of blue sky, but this right here, that's pretty cool. I like that. Now we've got to put up with the clanky noise of the minecart. It's always louder than anything else, it seems like. And there we go. There is the end of the hall. This is looking really cool, actually. I like this a lot. Very glad I decided to do this. And I guess it's an interesting way to end the series, having a look at the server from a different perspective in a way. So yeah, when we go through, we're now going to be, well, actually, we might be underground. Aha, we are outside, which is fantastic. Now this area is going to look amazing. Let's just redo that. By the way, that's a little prank from False over there. She left me a love heart on Valentine's Day, and the chest was a trap, and there was a bucket of milk in there, and I got poisoned. And it says, little gift for you, only open on camera. I did record, but I didn't put it into a video. And yeah, that's what happened. I forgot about that completely. But this place, just looking incredible. Now, I don't know if it's the shaders, but you can see the world is struggling to load. It never loads this slow, so I think it is the shaders. And things just look gorgeous, don't they? I can see why people want to play with this. I tell you what, on the new world, I'm going to be tempted when the shaders arrive for 1.9 to play with it a little bit. But the real big problem with the shaders is going underground. So all of this looks glorious and good because the light is nice and bright. And I guess we'll go down this way since I managed to fall down here. As soon as we go underground, you know, things start to get a little bit gloomy. And the further down you go, the gloomier it gets. So in here, this is looking interesting right now. I mean, the chest's going to glow. The lamps look illuminated and amazing. But over here, it looks a little bit dark and dingy, like I said. It's strange. And it doesn't really work, because the further down you go, the further you're away from the daylight, the worse it gets. So let's go down a level. Also, you see there the piston slime block animation didn't quite work. This is what the second floor of our base looks like. And you know what? I am a little bit disappointed I didn't finish more of this off. And also, I've left behind a little bit of a mess. I might clear that up. I don't know if I'll have time though, because now that 1.9 is here, I've got loads of videos planned for you guys, which I'll start putting out. Really cool ones, interesting ones that I've been working on for a while. And I don't know if I have too much time to hop on here and tidy things up. But anyway, that's actually reminded me of something else. I was going to propose a challenge, and then I thought I probably shouldn't put forward a challenge like this. This is just something for you guys to do, and you can share it with me. We won't call it a challenge, but I'll explain what exactly it is I'm going to propose. Now, I use Twitter, and what I like to do is read through all of my tweets. So every now and then, a couple of times a day, I check all of my tweets, I read all of them. So if you guys want to get involved with a little idea I have, you can tweet at me, and you don't have to do this straight away. Give yourself some time. It could be a week, maybe months, or a year. Anytime you tweet me with what you got, I will check it out. Right, but here's the idea. The base is unfinished, and it's not going to be finished by me because I'm going to be playing on a new world. I won't have time to come back here. And there is a whole bottom floor as well, which I never got to do anything on. So I figured if any of you want to take over this base when the world download is available, feel free to do so. You know, have fun with it. You can even like make videos on it and stuff like that. But when you finish the base, you can tweet me and say, look, I finished it. Here's some screenshots. You know, send me a link to an Imager album, or perhaps a video with a little tour, something like that. I would love to see what you guys do, and I'd be especially interested in this floor and the one below, because this is where things need finishing up. We never got to do our pig farm, or our sugarcane farm, or cactus as it says there. These things are labelled incorrectly. Had a really cool idea for the sugarcane farm. I was looking forward to doing that. We've also got some pesky intruders. Bam, get out of here. And we never finished the sleep farm? Let's make a sleep farm in Minecraft. Put loads of beds everywhere. Farm all of the sleepingness. Anyway, the sheep farm. Never technically finished that. However, oh, there was just a few quirky things that needed sorting out. And I tell you what, that sheep farm is going to be ideal for our next world, because actually maybe it's not. It involves tons of powered rails. I was going to say it's a little bit on the cheap side, but it's probably not. This is an expensive version of what I thought would be a cheaper farm where you just use rails, but I guess there's a lot of powered ones. And I can't even remember where we're at with this. But man, it's so cool to just chill out and wander around with the shaders on. It's really like relaxing and calm. So yeah, back to the whole base idea. I'd love to see, you know, this place finished. I did as much as I can. I'll leave it up to you guys. If you feel like playing on this when the world download is there, feel free to do so. Like I said, don't rush it, but if any time you want to send me some videos or images of what you've done in the base, then feel free to tweet it to me, and I'd love to check that out. Ah, and this place over here, the rabbit farm. Look at all those rabbits on the walls, eh? They're all fully grown. Ah, what I was going to do And we're not going to do it because we're just going to hang out and chill out and take a look around at the world and say goodbye to it. I was going to put a jungle tree in the middle. So down the bottom here we'd have some grass, some leaf blocks, and the grass and tall grass, you know, the ones that go on top of the blocks. We'd have those down there with some flowers, and then the jungle tree would come up and its branches would sort of go into a canopy which was going to extend all the way around the top of this room. And I thought that would have looked really great, but it is going to be no more. And this room looked really good, and it looks bizarre with the shaders on, just saying. Everything looks interesting with shaders. Let's go down to the floor below. Oh, the floor below is actually finished, isn't it? It's the one below that. So this one looks cool as well. I love this. I love going around and seeing it. All the same, but different at the same time. Is it nighttime yet? I think it might be nighttime. We can pop down here, and there's going to be a bunch of pesky mobs. There they are. Whoa! It's a shader mob. Our first oh my god, that thing is fast! Was it me, or did that have the speed effect? I saw some blue particles there. Get out of it, you. And there's something... Wow, that looks cool. What is that? I think that's its bow. Yes, that's an enchanted bow. That looks majestical from over here with the shaders on. Wow, really cool stuff. And I guess I had some notes put down for this floor. I had some ideas for mob farms. I later on realised that my ideas for the mob farms here were... not too great, but yeah, I had a few notes for what I would do on that floor. I'll tell you a few other things I have planned as well. If we head all the way up, we've sort of had a peek into each of these floors. There are bits and bobs behind the walls, of course, but we're not going to be investigating that really. We're just going to head all the way up here to the top, where we're going to look outside again, where it'll be nice and lovely with the shaders pack. Oh, it's so cool. Oh wow, now all the terrain's loaded because we've been underground. Let's pop up onto this rail, bam, like that. And yeah, amplified terrain looks really cool. By the way, the next world we're going to play on won't have amplified terrain. There'll also be like a little bit of a surprise announcement, if you like, at the beginning of the world. But we decided against amplified. I think everyone's sick of it now. It's quite limiting and isolating. You know, you get stuck into an area because it's quite difficult to travel. We tried doing that on a couple of live streams, like going out in that direction to find some animals, and it was just really slow. Another idea I had, by the way, was around this area, was to sort of bring this path around the top of this area, build some buildings up here, which I'm never really in the mood for. By the way, doesn't that look lovely? That looks really great with the shaders on. And I wanted to glass over the top of this and make it like a little tribute to the Death Games. I was also going to build a 4th Death Game machine over here, so it would be a grid of 4 as well, which was really cool. And man, oh, my little shadows hanging out there. And the water looks really cool there. Now there's a lot of things you can do with these shaders. You can change the settings, tweak them around. Let's go into the menu. Video settings, there's a shaders folder for Optifine. You can drop the Conquest of the Sun, zip into the correct place, and it will pick it up here. You can, oh look, you can see my graphics card, possibly. Yeah, you can. For all of you that wanted to know, you can actually see the specs on my computer on xisumavoid.com. if you want to see it. So there's a bunch of options over here, and I did mess around with these ones. I've since learned there's also all of this. Now, hexagonal bokeh, oh, it tells us a little bit. Oh, I don't know what any of that means. Hexagonal blur, should we put that on? I had a look through here, and it kind of felt like a lot of these probably weren't the desired effect I was looking for. What I want is, oh, we've got to reset it. Oh, no, we've got to click done. What I'd like to do is get something that makes it look decent underground, because then I'd be really stoked to play on this. So now we've got some hexagonal blurring going on. It feels a little less... I don't know actually, I don't really know what the difference is there. I think I might just turn that back when we go to our next location. And let's wander over this way. Well, we've sort of seen most of what's at the base now, haven't we? One of the other things I love, by the way, is that these like flowers and things, they sort of wave a little bit. It's not doing it at the moment. It should do it with trees and leaf blocks. Let's have a little zoom. Can you see how they're just moving ever so slightly? I think that's a really nice detail right there. And it should do it for the grass down here as well. Yeah, just moving back and forth ever so slightly. Really cool stuff. Anyway, right, on to our next location. There are so many things for us to go and check out. I do not know where we're going to go next, but I'll pick somewhere and we'll go check it out, of course. So, location number 2 is Fulce's base. I feel like I've got to press F1 right now. That bread looks a little bit ugly, zoomed in on the screen. What's going on with that waterfall over there, by the way? There's like a weird reflection being repeated all the way down. But the reflection on the water here Looks pretty incredible the way you can see those boats. And yes, I had to go to False's place. False is an incredible builder, and I think her style will be complemented very much by shaders. Won't they, Mr. Creeper? Won't they? And yeah, it does look seriously cool over here. But we have had so many great times on this server. So many like stories and things have happened, and so many amazing builds all over the place. And it's kind of sad to say goodbye to it, but I'm kind of excited as well for what's going to be next, because there's even more opportunity to it. That is an awesome looking fire right there, and look at that, incredible stuff. I'm really glad we came over here on the shaders. I think there's like an underground like connection. Hey, look, I just saw it out the corner of my eye. There you go. Yeah, there's a little thing here. Anyway, we'll just whiz across to the other side. I wanted to come out over and specifically check out this little area. I thought that would look good with the shaders on, but man, everything is just glorious with shaders. It really is cool. I think this is a good idea to do so. And what's in here? Oh, a little sheep farm. I didn't know about this. This is a good way to do a sheep farm right here. Oh, that's awesome. So very cool. So very cool. And this is the bit that I really wanted to see just up here. I reckon all of this will look great. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely lovely. Man, the server looks so cool with shaders on. This is a really good idea. And man, that waterfall. The waterfall does look a little bit odd. Got to say that. And there's a slipgate ahead on the ground. As you do. Little biffer head over here. Is that my head? It is. Sumer and biffer heads. More coming soon. Brilliant. Oh, this is just great. It looks amazing. Hey, look. It's false. I found her. We're over at Hermit Hills. Some of you may remember that is right behind the little tent entrance that we got here. Oh, yeah, there's a little biffer up there as well. Excellent. Brilliant. Yeah, another thing you could do if you're planning on playing in this world is, of course, add your own little game to Hermit Frills. This was such an incredible idea. Tango Tech came up with this one. He said, hey, we should all like make little mini games in an area, call it Hermit Frills. And I can't remember if that was originally like a pun, an intentional like mimic of Hermit Hills, which we have over in that direction. But it was called Hermit Frills, and then we also joke about calling other little areas Hermit this and Hermit that, all rhyming with ills. And yeah, brilliant, brilliant idea. And look at all the amazing things that have been made here. If you're going to play on this map, there is plenty to do. You can grab yourself some ice cream over at the ice cream truck. I know you're going to be marching over here. Seriously looks cool though, the little banners. So you got bubblegum, lemon, and orange. But there's loads of cool games. We've got the the rabbit game right here. The rabbit game. It's a shooting one, but you got a big rabbit. Now I remember playing this with I think Mumbo. And False actually like logged in and got shot by Mumbo, or was just like logged in right in front of us when we were in the middle of playing because she had logged out there. That was pretty amusing. And that is part of Mumbo's Enderpearl game right there. Now, is it me, or when I click like that with items, to get a little bit blurry in front of the screen? Not sure if it does. Maybe I'm just sort of seeing things. Got Cleo's game, Battleships over here. This is a lot of fun trying to navigate the water with the fragile boats. I think the first time I played this, I actually whizzed through it with a fair bit of luck and got to the end without too much stopping, which is pretty cool. That was a lot of fun. And oh my god, there are so many games. There are so many games here. We're not going to be able to talk about all of them, of course. We've got Lily Drop over here. This is the first one that I built actually in this area. And it's a really cool little game. You can play with your friends. But that rose right there, that is remarkable. The first thing that I built looked pretty ugly, and then my friend Major came up with this rose design, and it looked stunning, and I came on here and made this thing look about 10 times better. I think we didn't have the lily pad area at the bottom here as well, and it looks like someone hasn't cleaned up after a game. But I'm not going to fuss for that now. The world is no more in a way, but of course it'll be immortalised with a world download. So then over here we have Ironside, and I've got to say, I thoroughly love this project because I have always really been fascinated by football stadiums. Don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. It's because I've been to a lot of them, especially when I was a kid as well. But football stadiums just sort of fascinate me. And building one in Minecraft was a really good idea because I had so much fun putting this together, designing the little stands and the roof. And the floodlights I didn't design. They're actually designed by Fozzie. But yeah, just had a really good time putting this all together. And the Hermits came round and they did their little executive boxes. Now, I know not all of them did. Some of them probably forgot about it. But I haven't really been over here to check that out myself. So what's gone down on this side? I think someone has built in that one over there. So it looks like 4 of the 6 were used, so we might as well have a little wander around and check that out while we're here. This thing looks cool. It looks good with shaders. But now we're going to go back here, and it's not going to look so good because this area is all going to be a bit dark and weird. So Impulse SV, going for complete minimalism, just a couple of torches. Yeah, just a couple of torches. Now obviously he's forgotten about his one. Doors open, excellent. That's good. That took you a while. There we go. We've got exhibit over here. I think that's Zuljian and XP Crafted. And man, that is stylish looking little place right here. Good view of the pitch. Not that part of the pitch. Can't even see it. But that is nice looking. So that's wow. Hey, wow. Oh, I'm having a real hard time with these doors. Bam! Had to sprint my way through. I was going to be cheeky then and sort of dig through the wall, but then I realised no, I can't go doing that because we've got to leave the world intact. So now we've got to wander through these corridors, which are actually pretty cool with all of the shaders on. I do like this. This looks ever so good. Bam! Little sign up there. Right, so whose is this one? Epo, he never came over here and did his one. And we've got the trophy room at the back here. I was supposed to make another one of these trophies. We did something in a live stream, so there's only the one back here. Tango Ball, when his Impulse and Slipgate. Oh, that's the trophy right there. It's a really cool little idea, actually. And then the other room that we saw that looked decorated was this one over here. It is Cleo's. And what's she done in here? Oh, I see. Little flower pots alongside one big seat. That's all Cleo needs, just one big seat. Right in the middle. It's almost like a lounge bed, isn't it? To chill out and watch the game on. Very cool. And her own personal waiter to serve some drinks, whatever she's feeling like. This guy doesn't have a name though. Oh, great stuff. That room's cool. I like it. And over to the other side to blocks G to H or boxes 5 to 6. We're going to go check those out. There's little tango faces on the side there. I've not noticed that before. I don't know when that was added, but someone obviously added it. Aha, that's TFC's logo if ever I've seen it. And look at that lovely green carpet right there. That's brighter than the football pitch. Feels even more like a football pitch in here than it does out there. Well, an iron ball pitch, of course. And TFC's comes with a bed if you want to have a nap and a jacuzzi as well. I think that's pretty cozy looking. Look at that. Awesome. That's really cool. I like this one a lot. And there's another one to check out next to it as well. Oh, I can hear a little baby zombie somewhere. Right, and now we're going to struggle with these doors again. Ah! No, let me out. Let me out, please. Bam, there we go. Right, so over on this side, we've got False's one. And this is looking pretty cool as well, isn't it? You've got some high up seats back here. You can't really see too much from these ones, got to say. I don't think that's for watching the game. That's a bit for sitting down and having a drink. Is there anything in this chest? Leftover materials. I've noticed this. False is one of those people that leaves things behind. And I can never do it. I have to transport all of my items to like one place. Otherwise I feel, oh wow. Oh, there's a little down below area as well. That's really cool. And it goes up here. Up to that bit. Very cool stuff. And I can still hear that little, oh, it's the VIP area. That little guy somewhere down there. Do you know what would have been a really good idea for this little tour of the server? To bring some ender pearls. That's always a good way to get around. But I've just rushed straight over here from building the giant grass block. I'm glad I finished that because if anyone comes onto the world and has a look around, just finds it like incomplete, it's going to look really silly. So back out into this area. I tell you what, there's more to see over there. If you're new to Hermitcraft, there's just stuff everywhere really. And we're not going to go in that direction. We're going to go over here actually. So we've got the little carousel with the note blocks, which get activated by the detector rails, and the horses can set them off and make it all musical. Bam, there you go. I just about heard that. Over here you've got XB's game lit up, and Ruse, which actually, to be fair, Ruse was a lot of fun. I don't know why we didn't play that more. I think it's just how things are sometimes. You play it a little bit and then it passes your mind. But actually I wouldn't mind a game of Ruse again. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, can I remember how it's played though? I just remember really enjoying it. It's a little bit of a gamble if I remember. You've got to sort of hold your bluff as to how many items you can see in front of you and stand on the pressure plates, and then you sort of move up to earn more points, but then the other player might call your bluff. That's, yeah, it sounds fun describing it, and I remember it being really fun, and now I'm wondering how have we not played more Ruse on the server. Over there, again, Tango's great with the games, isn't he? He's got Ruse under his belt, he's got Boombox as well. Immense amount of fun we've had with this game. If you haven't seen this, you need to just go back, and there'll be an actual episode where we're all standing in front of this in the thumbnail. Go check that one out, because this game is extremely cool. If we just pop down below, it's going to be so bad with these shaders on. Yeah, it's terrible. Basically, there's like a maze down here, and the maze sort of changes up, and it's got chests in it, gives you items, and the game is basically played where you're walking around in water in the maze, and you're putting down TNT and trying to blow up the other players that are in there. It's an immense amount of fun. Really is. And over here we've got the little tunnel to Tango's base. We've got Lucky Break. Can have a go at that. Put in a diamond. See what items you get. This right here is the maze. It almost looks like it says Haze. And I think this is a project that Mumbo is working on, and I have no idea if it was finished or not. Coming soon. I think this will probably never be finished. So again, if you're playing on the world, finish Mumbo's maze. Oh. Right, so what else we got? We got the Jello Spleef, another one of the ones that I made. Also, I made that one over there. That is a little basketball court. That was really great when Doc came on and we played together. He really loved that, which was awesome. Doc's a great guy, man. Goes all the way back to the beginning of when I started YouTube, actually. Started by watching Doc M and a couple of other people like Efo and Static777. And so it's really cool to have Doc on here as well. Look, it goes blurry when I'm eating. What is that about? That's so weird. Oh. My eyes feel ugly. They do. I don't like that blurring at all. So Derailed, a game by Impulse. Do you know what? I tried to play this once, and I was so bad at it, I was just like, no. I recorded a little clip, I was hanging out here playing some Derailed, and I was just like, that's not going to make it into the video because I'm terrible. Mumbo Jumbo Roller Coaster. Oh yes, that will lead around the back over to there, I guess. Man, this place looks really great, doesn't it? By the way, if you're wondering why it is just always day, it's because I've left it on always day. I was doing the time lapse and I forgot to put it back, but I tell you what, we wouldn't be using the shaders at night, so we'll just leave it like that for a little while. I'm sure False wouldn't mind. She's on and she's streaming at the moment. And bam, another glorious view from up here. You can see Mr. Python GB's base, Mr. XB's base over there. The Zool, I was about to say Zoolgator. The Zul'jin Tower over there, and we'll see the castle once it loads in. Looking ever so good and glorious. So many amazing things made. And Hermit Holes. What a great little group thing this was. I know Zul'jin made it, but everyone came over here and pitched in with a bunch of little holes, and we all sort of played together as well. It was really, really great. How do we actually properly get up there though? Where's the correct way to walk? Feels like there isn't one. This building is news to me actually. This one here. Oh no, it's not. This is where you can get all your different balls from. There's all sorts of great balls of fire and the likes down there. and yeah, so if you haven't seen this one before, again, just go back, look through the playlist. I'm sure there'll be something with a thumbnail. I think me and Biffa played a game together and we're on the thumbnail, so you can check it out. But yeah, you chuck your item down on the ground, it slides across on the ice, and when it stops you can start from that place again. I think this one of all the games has to make a comeback. Hey, I want my bread back. On the next world, we've got to do another golf course because this was so cool, and the style of the area as well, with the artificial grass and the wood, looks really great. And so yeah, all the different hermits came around here, and I don't know why there's these dirt walls, but everyone sort of pitched in with different holes. And my one, I sort of liked the idea of it, and I'm not sure if I really like how it turned out in the end, but I had this idea. You got Slipgator's one with his little Slipgator logo. I had this idea that what you would do is you'd sort of take a shot and there'd be an element of chance where it might better your score or it might not. And that's Biffa's base back over there, by the way. So what you'd do is you'd aim for that one first of all, and if your shot was successful, it'd come out of the dispenser and it would go in a random direction. Now, perfect example, it's now gone down again, so that's like having an extra shot, but it will never go further than that. So if it doesn't fall into the next one along, then you got to take another shot. And the problem was it didn't happen too often. It was most of the time it wouldn't actually do what it did there and go to the next dispenser. Now if you got extremely lucky, a few would chain together, and I think it actually turned out pretty good now that I've sort of sat back and described it. Yeah, and this is just great. That looks really cool, doesn't it? With all the diamonds there and the gold. Using diamonds for decoration, why not? Make it look fancy. Make it look good. Yeah. And then this leads up to the next hole, which is Efo's one right here. This one was really tricky because he used the hopper minecart there. And then further down, I think there was another quite tricky challenge with this water. And yeah, and then where does it go after that? I don't know. But over here, there's a couple more holes, and the whole thing looks pretty fantastic. I'm really going to miss this world. Do you know what? But I miss all the worlds. We had really great times on them, and then you move on, you do something new, and there's going to be a whole bunch of new adventures, and just really looking forward to it. So that was Hermit Frills. We didn't see all of it. We saw a fair bit of it. I really enjoyed walking around there. I don't know where we're going to go to next. Again, probably just going to scratch my head, pick a place, and we'll have a look around again. Bam! There go machines. Number 4, eh? How long has that been left there for? That was game mode 4. When we put those little teasers down, a lot of people thought the 4th world was starting then. But now you know it's starting real soon. And man, it takes so long to load, and it kind of looks like it's nighttime or getting dark out there, but it's just the window. And of course, this is Hermit Hills. So many great adventures here. Again, I love walking around. It just reminds me of all the cool times we've had here on the server. I love this. This is our first little base, and we moved out all of the items because, like I said earlier in the video, I have to move all of my items with me. Also picked up some ender pearls as well, so we can get around a little bit easier. And man, that looks nice. I love the water over there. That looks really good. And again, it blurs a little bit. It's like there's some sort of shadow going in front of the screen and it blurs it. This doesn't look so great right here though, does it? Because it's all dark and gloomy. That rabbit on the hill looks great. Alright, so we're going to have a little wander around. So let's have a look over in this direction. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Is that the map build? Wait, what is that? Me and Python, we're going to do a little project here together. I was going to map out the area, but I got so caught up with doing my other little project, the passive mob farm. Wow! That's a view right there. I think we need to F1 that. Wow, this place looks glorious with shaders. I am so glad we're doing this tour with them. I've said that, like, I realise as I say it, I sound like a broken record. Oh no, this was something different. This was Secret Santa. Oh, I didn't know about this. What's going on here? There was a Secret Santa. Oh, I missed out on that. I thought this might have been... You see, me and Python talked about doing a little project together. He was going to build a building. That's not how you open a door. And I was going to map out the area and put it all together. And then I sort of forgot, and he probably forgot as well. But that would have been really nice to have done that. And the entry for Secret Santa is closed. Ah, let's leave. Let's shut the door behind us. Shut this as well. I think I'm holding an ender pearl in my hand. Is that right? Yes, so I've got to be careful when I right click. Yes, this is really cool. I love it. So this is Force's area. If you didn't know, that's a giant Shrek with a tash on. Don't worry about that. You've got Jevon's base up there under that hill. Joe Hills' Cheers, which he actually managed to finish, which is really great. Because it was like one of the things that didn't quite get finished here. And this is going to look great walking through here. This is the canopy area that I sort of built. When we first talked about the server and what we were going to build here, the canopy was one of the things I'd seen on another server, and I was like, look, we've got to try something like this. Have some lovely paths going through a canopy, and it worked out really well. Got the melon and pumpkin towers, and then up there is Joe Hills' Cheers building. That looks really good as well. Granite and bricks, they go together well. There's not a lot that granite works with, but bricks is apparently one of them. Now, we are using a texture pack as well as shaders, remember, so it might not look quite as good in vanilla. Here's a little building that I did as well for the Dark Oak Exchange. However, I think I ended up using all of the Dark Oak myself almost immediately, and then other people would come over here and be like, oh, that's useful, and oh no, the chest is empty. Yeah, so over here we've got the entrance to Tango's base. We should definitely check that out because he's got an interesting theme, and the shaders are going to make it look very gloomy. Can't help but feel it might look... Does that not do anything now? Oh, quick, quick, quick! Sprint! Are we going in? Are we going in? We're going in. Oh, yes. I had a feeling this might look cool. Those T's are really illuminated. That's awesome. That looks great. I am so glad we're doing this on shaders. Right, now I don't... Ooh, let's sprint. I don't want to activate it that time. I'm not sure what's going on with his doors there. They seem to be somewhat broken. So over there we've got Zordin's Castle. It may or may not load while we're looking in that direction. I don't think it's going to. This building looks really great. We've got the little prank that we did over here with the ghost blocks. I imagine that's just going to look the same, isn't it? That's still going to work with shaders and a resource pack on. Why would it not? Why would it not? Apparently it doesn't. Well, there you go. Why would it not? Because we're using shaders. That doesn't work with shaders. Brilliant. Oh, typical. Right, so going over into this area, it's struggling to load now. It loads ever so slow, but man, that looks cool. And I bet you Impulse's base is going to look pretty good as well. I love what he did here. This is really cool, and especially this inside area. You know, Impulse is a pretty talented builder as well. Both him and Tango, I think, don't give themselves enough credit when it comes to building. Look at that. The reflections look a little bit crazy because they're reflecting the chandeliers. But man, awesome looking stuff. We have definitely got to do like periodic shader tours on the next world to like capture everything as we go along and just see it all in this like stunning graphical glory. Now I've been really like against shaders for a long time, but I think I'm just sort of against like building in them because I don't know that I am anymore. Look at that view. Look at you can't argue with a view like that, can you? Damn. So I don't really like building or like in texture packs or shaders because I kind of feel like unless you're playing the vanilla game, it's like you might as well be looking at something else altogether, right? So if someone sends you like a picture of a build and it's in a texture pack, it's like, well, you know, like how much of that is the texture pack and how much of it is the build? But I'm starting to understand now. I think I'm starting to understand because this is cool. So this is the UHC building, by the way. I really like the lighting that's going on here. It's because there's a lot of it under the carpet. It means the carpet gets to be really bright and the ceiling is really moody. And there's me. Hello, me. Bam, off you go. Oh, another great build here. Another great build. We've done so many. There's been so many cool projects. And I think Crown Hall is obviously one of them. And look at that. It's sort of unloaded itself a little bit. There we go. Come back in. Come back in. We're going to head over there next. Let's actually throw an ender pearl. And man, there's no way we're going to see everything in this like tour episode. I'm going to have to think carefully about where we're going to go to next because it takes a while travelling around. Bam! That's... Ooh, it looked like for a second it might go high enough. That's good enough for me. That's fine. Let's hop in a minecart. Use the slipgator elevator. Get up to the top here. And check out this little thing over here and D-Max area over there looking real cool. I've got a feeling though a lot of the chunks are going to be a bit half unloaded look like over there. So this place looks really cool. Again, the view is spectacular. From up here though, the water gets a lot deeper, doesn't it? It doesn't look quite the same. Oh, what a view. And there's the eyeball. The hairy eyeball. It looks crazy. Oh, has it got some like stuff growing on top of it now as well? Yes, it's got some bushes growing on top of it. Don't know what that's about. And we've seen a lot of it now. I think the last area I want to see is really just look over here and see what Slipgator built and King Daddy DMAC as well over in that corner. But it's probably not going to load. Either way, we can see a little bit of it. It's coming into focus. And yeah, that's Hermit Hills. Another amazing area of the server. So where are we going to go to next? There's loads of bases we could go check out. We've got to see a few of them, haven't we? So next up on the tour is Mumbo's base. This area seems to load even slower than ever. There's a little bit of the mob spawner up there, but most of his base is underground. So it's probably going to look really odd actually, as I've expressed. Shaders underground doesn't quite work, but from out here I'm sure the view looks really great when the terrain around the outside is expanded. And I think we're going to have to make these trips a little bit short. I'm getting all sort of nostalgic and wanting to look around. There we go, managed to hop up and see everything in detail, but we do want to get around a fair bit of the server, so I'm going to have to whoosh around here a little bit more. So, Mumbo's base with shaders on, looking really glowy and illuminated there, but I imagine the further down we go, the darker it's going to get, although Mumbo's actually lit up all of his base very brightly, doesn't he? You've got lights here in the ceiling and the floor. Now that looks a bit odd, so I was hoping it would all load a little bit quicker since we're underground. This is his storage area. You can hear loads of chickens behind the wall there somewhere. Oh, and some cats as well. Oh, and I've just remembered something. This reminded me of one of the pranks that me and Biffa did. The agency. Yeah, somewhere on the server there is the agency headquarters. That is a challenge to find it. I'm not going to give you any hints, actually. I'm not going to give you a single hint at all. I'll be really impressed. If you do find it, of course, tweet me and I'll be happy to see that. So yeah, Mumbo's area looks pretty good actually because he tends to put lights on all surfaces. You've got lights on the wall, lights on the floor and lights on the ceiling, so it's all nicely lit up, and it looks pretty good. Oh yeah, and this is Mumbo's cocoa farm. Now loads of people were telling me I shouldn't build my own cocoa farm, I should come over and use Mumbo's, which I think is a little bit boring, you know. If you've got an opportunity to make a farm, go ahead and do it. And it looks like he, yeah, probably had enough for me to pinch, but none of them were planted here for harvesting. Either way, I was happy to build my own. And a lot of you like that design as well. Of course, if you want to see a tutorial on that design, since it seemed quite popular, I thought I might make one. But yeah, anyway, this is Mumbo's base, isn't it? There's a lot of stuff to see here, but it's all sort of hidden behind different hallways. And I'm just going to like mesmerised by the shaders constantly here. They look extremely cool. Let's go down into this hallway, and then we'll probably go and check somewhere else out. This looks great. Love it. The lighting here actually works really well because the sugar canes are all sort of illuminated. Oh, and then this bit is melons and pumpkins. Very cool. I like it. Yeah, Mumbo's base looks really good with the shaders. Lots of lighting everywhere. Look at this guy here. He wants to be a squid. He's standing right in front of the squid banner. So right now I'm in game mode 3. We're going to check out Squidfall. I decided that we'd fly around for this one because it would be nice to get a big old aerial view. And the inside here looks pretty cool, but who remembers this farm, hey? That looks amazing. And it's a little bit moody out here, isn't it? I thought it would look a lot brighter, you know, being in the desert, but it's not. But that thing looks absolutely spectacular. And I think one of the Guardians went missing. I can see 3 of them. Nope, all 4 are here. And on one side he's got crazy eyes. Yes, I remember doing that. This was based on a squid farm that Doc M and the Zip Crowd guys came up with. And we kind of rebuilt it here. Pretty much exactly the same thing on the Hermitcraft server. But of course we wanted to do something special. And we dug out this massive like area around it, as you can see. And it seriously looks cool. And then XP came over there and put the Elder Guardian in place. Now, if we fly up into the air, you should be able to see something else nearby. I forget what it was. Considering how the server's been loading since I've been using the shaders, maybe we won't get to see it, but there was, I think it was like Impulse's gas catcher was nearby, or something along those lines. Oh, maybe that's it over there? Is that it? I think this is it. We go up a little bit higher, encourage it to load this area. Wow, that really is high up, and yeah, that looks like the gas catcher right there. Another cool project here on the server. This was done by Impulse. And me and him did an episode together actually where we put the gas chandelier in the Nether, and I got to come up here and see it firsthand. And from up here, looks pretty impressive, doesn't it? All of this terrain down here with the shaders on. I do like it. And thinking about this place, Squidfall, as we decided to call it, I was thinking about the Skullfall or Witherfall, whatever it's called, in the Nether. But unfortunately, things look really crazy in the Nether, don't they? So we probably won't visit that place today. But man, that was cool. Anyway, on to our next location. Do you know whose place this is? It is Coralis' home. And there is a floating... Oh, it's not a floating tree. It's actually just, yeah, the trunk is a little bit wonky. And I thought, of all the places we got to check out with the shaders, Coralis' place would be the place. I think most of the Minecraft videos he records he has shaders on. So we're gonna check it out. It looks like he's got a couple of friends hanging out under the trees. And there's a little bit of a viewing platform as well. Yeah, Coralis the Master Builder. This looks amazing in with the shaders. And what is that thing over there? That looks pretty cool as well. That's the giant bush that we did a little prank on Coralis way back in the early days actually of the server. So it must have been probably about a year ago that all of this was built. And Coralis, poor guy, a little bit burnt out on Minecraft these days. Understandable after playing it for so long. But what a lovely, beautiful house he built here on the third world. And what's this over here? Derp Tree, Coralis and Wifey forever. That's right, the 2 of them were playing together here on the server. Got a little visitor over there. Is that an intentional waterfall? I wouldn't be surprised if Coralis put that in over there. Yeah, so this place looks really cool. I don't know how finished it is though. The interiors I imagine are probably not done. That's a really good looking garage. What texture is that? It's quartz. Quartz on its side. Yeah, quartz pillar. That fooled me for a second there. I was like, what is that? What's going on with this texture pack? I don't recognise that, but of course it's just a quartz pillar. So the inside, yep, is not finished, and it's going to look a little bit weird as well, because as we've learnt, the insides with shaders on don't look really good. You guys probably are experts and have already told me over and over again in the comments how to make it look good on the inside, but I would be completely convinced to give playing in shaders a go, I reckon. If it was like it is here on the inside, then it would just be amazing. But I don't think there's too much else to see, just the house. We should probably look at it from another angle as well, because it looks pretty amazing. Look at that roof. It's awesome. So it's not too far away from Coralis' base that Epo's little area is. I think it's like the jungle biome starts on the edge of the mesa and it's just over a few hills, and then you get over to here. Now this place is going to look interesting because although it's sort of out in the open, it feels a little bit dark and gloomy. There's lots of canopy around here, and although it's very green, it can be a little bit on the dark side as well. And the entrance to Epo's base, combining words in my head again, is Down with the T by TFC. I remember that. Oh, yeah, this is really dark and gloomy. Look at that. Looks kind of spooky in a way, but I do like it. And I knew we had to come by here. Loads of you always ask to see his base whenever we do a live stream, and here it is, unfinished unfortunately, but the idea was good. We got to see some cool things over here, and it really is a bit too dark in here, isn't it? And what's this? Oh, this is just like a cave. I thought there was something new down there. Yeah, a little bit dark and gloomy around here, but it's all sort of underneath, isn't it? The centre is the only area that's going to be lit up at all, and that looks amazing right there. The fire in this game, high definition fire right there. Well, almost. It's 32 by 32 pixels because we're using Faithful 32, of course. And this place, man, it really could have been something. I like this area down here, though, with Notch holding his... Wasn't he holding a cup of tea? Now he's just holding a cake. Oh, and also there's this little room over here. I love that Biffa fell for this. Basically, tea room, like free tea. Take a cup of tea and... Oh, what's that? TNT in your face? What? But I know to get out of here. I think there used to be a door that would lock as well. Anyway, we should probably put that back. And there isn't too much else to see, really, is there? There's just this little area, which looks really great. And unfortunately, that's about it for this base. Okay, we are at Zombie Cleo's base. If you haven't seen this place before, some amazing stuff over here. I love her building style, and you can already see some amazing stuff going on over there. I just want to look at this over here. I don't know what this is, but it's very Christmassy. That's one thing I can determine. But if we walk over here and look up at that, incredible. I saw her build this, and in vanilla it looks pretty impressive. But with the shaders, the way the water is around the outside there, it just looks really special. And it's like a little city hidden... Oh, hi. No. You're not allowed to blow up. Yeah, it's like a little city hidden inside some sort of water ring, and I like it. I think it's great. Stuff like this, you know, obviously it doesn't serve a functional purpose. That's the stuff I struggle with. I can never do things that don't like serve a functional purpose. That's something we've got to change in the next season, I reckon. And yeah, this is Cleo's area. She's got this over on this side. The main thing, though, is this building. I think is it actually called a museum? And also, oh, this Secret Santa thing. I'm not sure what it's actually called, if it's supposed to be a museum again, because she had a museum, then I filled it with water and called it an aquarium. But, again, shaders, making things look pretty spectacular, right? That is stunning, and if you're wondering what that thing is up there, it's actually a dragon, believe it or not. And, oh, she's actually done some cleaning up here, because last time I was over in this place, there were, like, chests everywhere. And it looks pretty good now that it's been cleaned up. So we should chuck an ender pearl. Oh yeah, and my favourite thing over here is definitely that. I don't know if it's fully loaded, looks like some bits are not. But basically, there's like a rainbow that leaks down and falls over the edge of these mountains. And I think it looks amazing. And once again, in shaders, looking pretty impressive as well. But what we want to do is try and get up into the dragon. And it looks a little bit pale, like it's see-through. That's what the coloured grass? The coloured glass is doing right there. Yet here you can see it looks a little bit different. I've got a feeling it's not rendering correctly because that looks normal, but behind there with the sky it almost looks like there's something in front of it, if that makes sense. Like it's translucent, but it's the thing in front that's translucent. That's how it looks to my eyes. Right, so now we're up and on top of this thing. It gets a little bit more difficult to navigate because it looks so strange and funky. I think what we might need to do is just like throw an ender pearl up but off to the side a little bit, and then it should land on some glass up top. Bam, there you go, we're now on top of it. Cool. So you can actually walk up this entire thing all the way up to the top, but I think you're actually supposed to go through the middle of it. Yes, and it goes all the way up there. What an amazing view. There's also a little globe right there. You can't quite see it, but it's a globe of Earth, blue and green. But the colours are sort of mending together. And I'll tell you what, the effect of the glass really is strange. But I do like it. And there you got another great view of the rainbow falling down the mountain. So, another spectacular view from up here. Looks like there's something else going on over there that I hadn't noticed before. And the glass just looks so strange whenever you look at things through it. It's just ever so odd, isn't it? Anyway, we'll hop over to this side, and we've pretty much seen everything there is to see at Cleo's base now, I think. So, I just want to get a closer view of the rainbow. You can really see the top of it there, and how it falls down the mountain. Let's get a view that isn't, like, obscured by all of this glass. Nope, not from there. Let's just go all the way to the top. Actually, this just leads right up to where the rainbow falls, doesn't it? Basically. Yeah, look, it starts just underneath there. So let's pop down. Bam, that's where the rainbow comes down. Looks ever so cool. I was just thinking about other places to go to. There is so much stuff. But the banners here look really amazing. This will probably happen again on the next server. I mean, they're so cool. This one right here is my favourite, submitted by you guys for Hermit Hills. And, well, I say you guys, someone suggested this right here. Just a really great way to add lots of detail to what clearly looks like a mountain for Hermit Hills. But I thought what we'll go to next is Biffa's base. And there's not too much there to see, but there is something really cool that I want to show you. And I kind of just noticed that we've been recording for a very long time. So it's just going to be a long episode to wrap things up, really. And check out all the places, see it in a different light. And sort of say goodbye to the world, because it'll be the last time that I play on here, which is crazy. It really is. It's been over a year, and it's been a wonderful... I've said it so many times, I feel like I'm just repeating myself now. Wonderful adventure. Anyway, this is Biffa's area. The idea was that he had this sort of in the mountains little area down here, and up around the top he'd have these big cages, and he'd build a museum where he collected lots and lots of stuff. And I think the only thing that he collected was a guardian and Force's head, apparently. But down here there's little mini-me hermits. Look at this. This is absolutely adorable. We've got TFC, Spumwack, Zul'jin, Doc and Tango, Force, Biffa, Cleo and myself at the top there. I mean, I don't know how they ended up on top of each other, but they're absolutely adorable right there. And that is a cool feature. I'm not sure if we're going to have the whole dropping heads thing on the next server, because I haven't spoken to Ease in a long time. I think he's gone to university, and I can't get hold of him, and I'm not sure if the stuff still works in Minecraft 1.9, but I guess I have to test it and find out, and maybe we'll have the heads drop thing again, because that was ever so cool. Nice little feature, and you can do cute and adorable things like this. So if there's a part of the server you've seen in shaders before, it's probably XB's base, as he's done some shader tours of his area, and I gotta say, I think if there was like an award for best base, XB would probably win it. I think he sort of stole the show when he came on here and built this just absolutely amazing area out here, and seeing it in shaders looks pretty spectacular. Love this little guardian hanging out in the water here. The water really does look great, and it's a little bit strange, like the contrast between the blockiness and the smoothness of the water, but it does look good. I've got to say, I'm a fan of shaders now, I think. But I thought we'd end up over here and finish the video now, because it really has dragged on a little bit. I've been nattering away while I've been touring around the place. And yeah, like I was saying, I think XB really sort of stole the show here on the server and surprised everyone with this amazing project that he did. So this would be a good place to wrap it up. But of course I want to go into Game Mode 0 to do that. It's very dark and mysterious down here, and I like it. And there's a sound of slapping coming from somewhere. Up there, I do believe. There they are. Hi. This doesn't look too bad, does it? It can be very dark and gloomy. It sort of works to its own effect here. And I quite like this room. It looks really good. Let's go up and see a couple of the other rooms in his base. And this is where we're going to sort of wrap things up now. This is going to be the last episode on this season. Don't feel sad. There's going to be new adventures ahead, and we've had a great time on this one right here. Of course, all the videos are still there in the playlist if you want to you know, go back and watch some of your favourites, or perhaps you've only seen some of the series, you want a bit more. There's you know, YouTube's all YouTube videos all over the place, not just from me, of course. Anyway, we really got to wrap things up now. If you watched the video all the way through, you are a soldier. Thank you for doing so. I just wanted to chat and record and not really worry about editing and stuff. So this one's been pretty lengthy, I know, and I've had fun enjoying the shaders. If you have watched it this far, type Blorange in chat. Let me know that you watched the whole thing, and thank you for doing so as well. I hope you've enjoyed this video, a super long one, just to say goodbye to the third Hermitcraft season, but on to New Adventures number 4. And I feel like I'm stalling now. I feel like there's something else I need to say, but there really isn't. I've said so much. So, signing off for Season 3 for the last time. I'm sure we'll probably come back here in the future and do a little mini world tour like we have done with the other seasons. And at some point I'll do the time-lapse compilation for Season 3 as well. So there will be like probably a couple more episodes in some way in the future. But that's it. That's the last one. Thank you so much for watching the series. I hope you have enjoyed it. And let's look forward to some new adventures in Season 4. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.